China has just had to urgently evacuate over 400,000 people after they were hit by one of the most powerful super typhoons in over a decade. And for perspective, a super typhoon is equivalent to that of a Category 5 hurricane. All schools in the area that it made landfall were shut, trains, boats, and flights were suspended, and all tourist attractions have been closed down. The winds near its center reached a staggering 145 miles per hour. And this typhoon has doubled in strength after it killed more than 16 people in the Philippines last week. It's now predicted to move along and hit Vietnam. It's just had to urgently evacuate over 400,000 people after they were hit by one of the most powerful super typhoons in over a decade. And for perspective, a super typhoon is equivalent to that of a Category 5 hurricane. All schools in the area that it made landfall were shut, trains, boats, and flights were suspended, and all tourist attractions have been closed down. The winds near its center reached a staggering 145 miles per hour. And this typhoon has doubled in strength after it killed more than 16 people in the Philippines last week. It's now predicted to move along and hit Vietnam this week.
All right, so
Shalom, shalom. Call HALAL, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praise to the Most High. Name of His only begotten Son. Name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles, the great millstone who taught us His truth and sincerity, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Real quick, I got this video from the brother Amawan in the camp. Him and Atazwam had went in. His channel is Works of Faith. You can go subscribe to the brother. Beautiful edification and you know, a lot of edification in his videos, as well as the brother Atazwam. Atazwam 5, I believe his channel is. All right, and what you was just seeing right there was a typhoon. All right, it was a typhoon. Let's grab that real quick. What a typhoon is? It says a tropical storm in the region of the Indian or Western Pacific Oceans. All right, so it's a particular storm, you know, that happens over there in the Indian and Pacific Oceans, pretty much like a hurricane. Okay, and they said how it was you know, it had the strength of a hurricane of a Hurricane 5. Okay, of a level 5 hurricane. It had that kind of strength, and you saw what it was doing. All right, it was, you know, tearing down trees. Whole trees was going down. Trucks falling over. All right. It says China had to evacuate 400,000. That's almost 500,000 people had to be evacuated, and that's not no easy feat. All right, so those people, they catching hell over there, man. You know, having to be evacuated from your house, you know, possibly losing your house in this storm. And this right here just shows you that Yahawah is turning up. The Lord is about to really start tearing this place apart, man. Okay, in these last days, storms are going to get worse. The hurricanes, the typhoons, the tornadoes, the earthquakes, it's all going to get worse. There's also talks about a great earthquake on the San Andreas fault. Okay, they're saying how it's over there in California, it's a great earthquake. You know, that's, you know, big old cracks coming up in the ground, and they're saying this. All the signs lead to a very, very big earthquake coming, man. Possibly bringing a lot of death and destruction in that area as well. And this is the Most High, Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushua, that's doing this. And in this storm right here, people that died, the Lord, the one that took them out. Okay, so this is why we fear Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushua, man. All right, we serve Him with reverence. Okay, one day you could be sitting in your house, it could be a storm and a tree could fall in your house. You know, you could be impaled by a tree or a light pole or something. You know, 145, you know, miles per hour winds, man. You know, that's crazy. Okay, that's significantly strong. That can throw you know, that makes everyday objects, you know, fly like bullets. Okay. So this is why, you know, you got to fear Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushua, because you never know how you're going to go out. All right. You never know how you're going to go out. And the Lord got many ways to take people out. Let's play that one more time. We'll grab some scriptures.
China has just had to urgently evacuate over 400,000 people after they were hit.
Look at that, man.
China has just had to urgently evacuate over 400,000.
Look at that. It's laying down trees. Okay. Trees. A whole trees, you know, a whole tree is one, but it's multiple trees just being laid down by those winds. That's Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahushua. The Lord got a spirit in these storms.
100,000 people after they were.
I went into this last night, as a matter of fact, man, how when Yahushua, when they was on a boat, you know, they went, you know, ran to Yahushua and told him, you know, to help them before we die. And Yahushua was able to rebuke the storm. Okay, he rebuked the storm and the waves. So that means what? It was a spirit in those storm, and it was a spirit in that storm and waves. And when Yahushua rebuked it, it it stopped. It was calm. The sea was calm. That's the power that we serve, man. All right, but you heathens, you out here worshiping these idols, they're not going to be able to save you. In fact, I remember a couple weeks ago, we was at camp. We had just set up, and I saw a big ass storm coming. I was starting to feel the drizzles, and I was like, damn, man, I hope it don't rain, man. I just set up a quick prayer to YAHAWASHI that it don't rain. And we just, held camp as usual. And in the whole almost 3 hours, it did not rain. All right. And that's the power of YAHAWASHI. The Lord's going to give his man that power again on a high level. All right. So let's grab a few scriptures. All right. Let me play
by
some
one of the
more.
most powerful
Look at this
super
guy.
typhoons in over a decade. And for perspective, a super typhoon is equivalent to that of a Category 5 hurricane. All schools in the area that it made landfall were shut, trains, boats, and flights were suspended, and all tourist attractions have been closed down. The winds near its center reached a staggering 145 miles
Look at that. It pulled that guy's window off.
per hour. And
The whole window went with it, man. All right, so that should make you fear YAHAWASHI, man. The Lord can send a storm that'll, destroy everything you have. This is why we can't be too caught up in the shit we have here. The Lord can get rid of all of it in, a day. Okay? A few hours. An hour. All right, and really everything here is going to burn anyway, so you got to be in that mind state. Let's go right here, though. It says, Psalm chapter 83, verse... It says, I'm going to start at verse 13. It says, "Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind." And this is what the Lord can do. He's doing this already to these nations. Okay? He's doing this to these nations. It says, beautiful. It says, "Oh, my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble from the wind, before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm." And this is what the Lord is doing. He's persecuting people with these tempests and these storms, making them afraid with these storms. All right, and we down here in Florida, every time we have a hurricane come, people freak out, because people come down here, they move down here from New York or wherever, they come down here to visit or whatever, or they move down here to retire, and they're not used to a hurricane. So when the hurricane comes, people be afraid. They be, evacuating. They be in the stores, panic buying a bunch of water and stuff. To us, it's it's another storm. In the summer, it rains every day down here in Florida, man. All right, so it's another storm. But to these people, they are afraid. All right, and we know YAHAWASHI can really turn that storm up and kill who he wants to kill. This is why we serve YAHAWASHI every day, not just when a storm comes or when danger is imminent, but also, when a time of peace. We worship and serve YAHAWASHI. All right, but these people don't. And most of them are heathens. It says, so persecute them. The Lord's going to persecute you with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. You see? The Lord said, fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. And all you nations are going to bow down to the name of YAHAWASHI very soon. We get in power, it ain't going to be no you can worship whatever God you want to worship. You're going to worship the God of Israel, and that's it. All right? Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yeah, let them be put to shame and perish. And that's what you're seeing happen to these people. They're being put to shame and they are perishing. That men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, okay, art the most high over all the earth. You see? So you're going to know who the true God of the Bible is in these times we're coming into, man. The Lord can have an earthquake swallow up your whole house while you in it, Lord can have a storm come and flood your whole house, and then electricity, electricity, a telephone plug or whatever falls into the to the water and electrocute you. Lord got many ways to take you people out, man. This is why you supposed to fear YAHAWASHI. It says, let's grab it in the NLT. It says, "Oh, my power," verse 13, "Oh, my power, scatter them like tumbleweed, like chaff before the wind. As a fire burns a forest, and as a flame sets mountains ablaze, chase them with your fierce storm." And these people said it was evacuating, and they said the storm is moving, it's going to Vietnam. And that happened down here one time. It was a storm came, man. It was a storm that came down here one time, and people evacuated, and the route that they evacuated, the storm went that exact route. So it's like they was leaving and the storm followed them. So they went all the way up, to North Carolina and whatnot. And the storm, it was in North and South Carolina, and the storm literally went all the way up there. Okay. So can you imagine you try to run from a storm and the storm is persecuting you, is chasing you, and then the people, was in hotels and those little houses that you rent or whatever, and they was over there getting stormed out over there. Okay. Other day we had a bad storm over here down here where the city's Tampa flooded. It was floods everywhere. You couldn't drive in that shit, man. Okay. It ought to tear your car up. So YAHAWASHI Yahawashi, not only will he destroy you in this, but he'll destroy everything you have in this. Put you in some setbacks. It says, chase them with your fierce storm and terrify them with your tempest. Utterly disgrace them until they submit to your name, O YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. So the Lord says he's going to utterly disgrace you until you submit unto his name. And IUIC talking about, the name of the Lord ain't Yahawashi. They're talking about his Christ and Jesus. Okay, well, you're going to learn to submit to the name of YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. Okay? Every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. All right? It says, let them be ashamed and terrified. You're going to be ashamed and terrified. Let them die in disgrace. You're going to die in disgrace. You see? So the Lord is the one that's doing this. It says, let them, then they will learn that you alone are called the Lord, that you alone are the Most High, supreme over all the earth. You're going to know who the true God of the Bible is, man. All right? Right now, people want to play games and, they'll say they don't believe and stuff. Well, you're going to come to believe. All right? When something disastrous happens, the power that's doing it, you're going to come to believe, man. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive, and there is none that can deliver out of my hand. Okay, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So when the Lord wants you, ain't nothing you can do. He's the one in control of who dies and who lives. All that good stuff. Like I said, in these storms, man, it'll make a lawn chair, a damn projectile, and it'll come and pierce you. Okay, it'll tear apart, lawn furniture. It'll pierce you, break windows. It says in the NOT, look now, I myself am he. There is no other God but me. I am the one who kills and gives life. I am the one who wounds and heals. No one can be rescued from my powerful hand. You see? So nobody can be rescued from the Lord's powerful hand. When the Lord got it out for you, ain't nothing you can do. All right? There's nothing you can do. And that's what we're going to start seeing more of in these last days. People just getting put to death in the most gruesome ways. Psalm chapter 66, verse 5. Let's grab it in the NLT too. Psalm chapter 66, verse 5. Psalm chapter 66, verse 5. It says, come and see the works of the Most High. He is terrible in his doing toward the children of men. So this is the works of the Most High. And that's what you saw in that video. Those were the works of YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. And he is terrible in his doings toward the children of men. Okay. It says in the NLT, come and see what our power has done. What awesome miracles he performs for people. All right. And that's going to be a dreadful miracle. Okay. To see somebody getting impaled by a street light that's flying, 100 miles per hour dead at you. That's just terrifying. But that right there is YAHAWASHI Yahawashi. That's why YAHAWASHI Yahawashi has to be feared. Okay? People think that they can just worship whatever they want to worship. It don't matter. Okay, let me grab this too. Okay, before I go any further, because I mentioned that earthquake. The earthquake in California, they're talking about earthquakes, is going to be going on out there. They're waiting for the big one. They done made movies about that shit. Okay? This is Isaiah chapter 29, verse 6. It says, thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So this is how the Lord is going to visit you people, man. Okay? And, with destruction, death and destruction. Let's go right here. Okay? Because the Lord, he got spirits in these particular things, man. He got spirits in this, in these storms. It says, Ecclesiastes chapter 39, verse 28. It says, let me go right here. Verse 24. Verse 24, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. For the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. And the Lord got a lot of evil things created for you wicked, evil people that's out here just sinning proudly. Verse 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. You see? So these be spirits that created just to avenge, you know, the Lord's wrath upon people, man. It says fire and hail, which is a part of a storm, and famine and death. All these were created for vengeance. It says teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. They shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is. And when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. So that storm, hey, the Lord, you know, called those spirits to rile up that storm. And guess what? They did exactly that. It says, therefore, from the beginning, I was resolved and thought upon these things and have left them in writing. All the works of the Lord are good, and he will give every needful thing in due season, so that a man cannot say this is worse than that. For in time they shall all be well approved. And therefore praise ye the Lord with the whole heart and mouth, and bless the name of Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi, man. And you got to come in that spirit, okay, of praising Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi, you know, wholeheartedly. And if not, you know, you don't want to praise Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi wholeheartedly, then you're going to be crying unto him in that day when you're in trouble. All right, when all hell break loose and, you know, a death angel is sitting outside your house. I remember we had a hurricane down here one time, and it was, you know, it came through the night, and, you know, the lights got knocked out or whatever, and it was, you know, it was dark, you know. We had opened the door, and all you heard was, ooh, ooh. It was like a spirit inside the winds, you know. And the winds in that storm, it was a spirit, man. Okay, if the wind cutting through the trees, it was you heard like a eerie sound, man. And that makes people fear. You're gonna learn to fear Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi. Shalom, Kwamashra, Allah, Baba.